Hey, Magitankin here. Today, me and Marco Sharko will be unboxing the Land's Wrath and Sneak Attack Commander decks. Now, I know we reviewed it a couple weeks ago, and it is kind of old now to unbox, but we'll hope you'll still enjoy the video. On to Marco Sharko.
Hey, so, we were able to get our hands on these Precons a little while ago. At our LGS. Again, like I said in the review, which, by the way, you should, check that out before watching this. I gave these, if you watch the video, you'll know that I gave these decks a lot of praise. I think they're very good. They have a very good balance between price, but also quality. Like, these are half the price. Each of them are half the price of regular Commander decks, which were, they used to be $50 Canadian per deck. Now, I was able to get both of these for $50 Canadian for both of them. So it's $25 Canadian each. So they're very, very cheap, but they also deliver. They have really good cards in them. They're the kind of decks that, or they have the kind of cards that, you know, both new and experienced players could still purchase these. New players could play with them and still have a blast. Experienced players can still, you know, scrap these for parts. In fact, the Landfall deck, Land's Wrath, I plan on taking apart and using a lot of the cards in there for my new Omnath Locus of Creation deck that I'm making. So let's jump into it. I'll first be unboxing the Land's Wrath deck, because that's the deck that I first reviewed on it. So, it's Land's Wrath, white, red, green, piloted by Obun, Modiah Ancestor. I'm not going to go over it, you can just pause the video and read what he does. So, stake your claim. Choose your commander and overcome both friend and foe in this definitive multiplayer Magic format. Join forces with Obun and watch the land itself rise to defend your cause. The more lands you play, the more powerful your forces become. That is actually quite literal. The more lands you play, the more landfall trees you get. So, it comes with a 100 card deck with 3 new cards. The 3 new cards being Obun, Geode Rager, and Trove Warden. A deck box, which is actually a bit different this time, and I'll be talking about that as we open it. 10 double-sided tokens, plus a Life Wheel strategy insert and reference card. I'm very excited to open this, so let's see what's inside. Should I open it from the top or bottom? Yeah, let's go bottom. A bit tough to open, but it's not a huge problem. I was hoping to preserve it a bit more, but oh well. I'm too excited anyway. Alright, so here we have it. Oh, okay. I guess that works. Throw that to the side. So, we have Obun, Modiah Ancestor, our commander. Foil, by the way. And our 100 card deck, which seems to be wrapped. And wow, they fit. So you got the 100 card deck here, and everything else, they fit inside this small cardboard thingy. So, wow, that's the deck box. You got this little thing here. It tells you about Obun, advertises for the set boosters, tells you how to play the deck there, and it shows you how to play the game. For most players this is kind of useless, but I mean, it's very likely that newer players will be picking this up, and this is quite useful for them. When I got my first Precon, this little thing that came with it was actually very useful for teaching me how to play Commander. Ooh, this is a nice life wheel. 40... we got a life wheel here that goes up to 40 life. Seems pretty nice. It's just like the ones that came in the Brawl and Ikoria Commander decks. So it's a relatively new thing. Personally, I'm a huge fan of these life wheels. I know not a lot of people actually like them that much, but personally I really do. I find them pretty useful. Because for me, it's either this or 2 life dice, and I prefer this over just using 2 life dice. So yeah. Now, this deck box. Oh, I should probably put this stuff aside. The deck box. It's definitely different than before. Wow, okay. So, it seems at first glance like some garbage cardboard, but my real question is it better than what, like in most commander decks, or the ones before, they come with this deck box. This is the one from Arcane Maelstrom, which I got. It's a nice box and all, but people don't like it because it can't fit a 100 card sleeve deck. Like personally for me, I just have, oh, there's my Calamax. It's so bent. It's unbelievably bent. It's like unusable. Insert. I just use it to store my tokens. But see, the main reason why it's not very good is because it can't fit a 100 card sleeved commander deck. See, this is my feather commander deck. I'm trying to fit in there, and it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. If I try and put this on it, it doesn't work. I can't use this. So that's why no one likes it. It could maybe fit a 100 card unsleeved deck, but not a 100 card sleeve deck. So the big question is, how does this compare? Let's see. Let's do a test. Let's see if it can fit. Ooh, I think it might be able to. Let's see. Wow, that's awesome. It just fits. Look at that. It barely fits. Wow, okay. It actually fits. It barely fits, but it's still pretty comfortable. So these deck boxes, in my opinion, are a lot better. These ones are obviously a lot more solid, but I say these ones are just strictly better, solely because of the fact that they can hold a 100 card sleeved deck. So that's pretty awesome. That's going to be very useful, especially for new players who don't have a deck box yet. They could use this. So it's actually pretty nice. I like this deck box. Now, you got the meat of the product, which is the deck itself. Now, in the review, I talk a lot more in-depth about these cards, so I'm not going to be going over all the cards for a very long time. And it could probably definitely hold. Yeah, there's a lot of space there for tokens and stuff. Well, you got Obun. Obun the commander. He really cares about landfall, and also, takes advantage of you creating lands. Making your lands into creatures. You got a couple of plus and counter synergies, Vanishing Lights, and pretty good removal. Condemn. It's like a much worse version of Source to Plowshares, but it's not too terrible. You got some cards. Retreat to Miria is pretty good. 6 Slime. This card might be deceptively good in the deck because it gives your lands vigilance. He makes your lands into creatures, so you know, it's not terrible. The Proliferant could be useful. Fertilid with the new Ikoria art. Ooh, Harmonize, classic, good one. Haro seems to have some plus and counter synergy. Inspiring Call definitely shows that. Keeper of Fables, County Heart Expedition, Kodama's Reach. This is actually a very good card. Why? At my LGS, it's $2.50 Canadian. So it's a pretty expensive card. At least compared to Cultivate. Cultivate was just reprinted. It's 75 cents Canadian. For whenever I say price, it's Canadian. Okay, just keep that in mind. But I'm very glad they put this in it as opposed to Cultivate, because this was the one that needs a reprint. Personally, this is the only copy of Kodama's Reach I actually have. So, it's my first, really. Sport Round cards. Zendikar's Royal. The reprinting of it has actually brought it down a lot, so it's definitely a good card. Ooh, now we got the new cards. Trove Warden. I don't think Trove Warden's that good in a deck. You won't have very many graveyard synergies, so this won't be very effective, and like if someone Source of Plowshares it, then you lose all those cards in your graveyard. I don't know. And there's Geode Rager, a very powerful card in this deck. Because if you can be getting several lands into play per turn, you can just go to all your opponent's creatures and be untouchable. Or if you don't get one land to play, great, go to the creature or go to the player with the best creatures. Ooh, Admonition Angel. You know, this thing was like $13. Oh no, wait, sorry. It was like $8. Brought it down a couple bucks, so you know. I think it'd be a pretty good card in this deck. Mirror Angel, in your ship, you got like the Angel package. That's what happens when you add white to landfall. You get an Angel package. You got 2 board wipes, Sun Titan, a very, very popular card in Commander. My first copy of it. What the heck does this do? 2 creatures, when that creature dies turn. I don't know how to evaluate this card. Abundance could be nice. You can either draw gas or draw lands, and in this deck you could easily need both. Mending Dominaria. Ooh, Motani. I think it used to be like, $6 or $7 Canadian, and it brought it down to $3.50. So good reprinting of it. Nisa's Renewal, Rampaging Balance. Turn of the Wild Speaker. Very good card in pretty much just any green deck. Rites of Flourishing. Could be sneakily good in the deck. Sylvan Advocate. A bad card in most decks, but it could be a good card here. Simply because it gives land creatures you control +2/+2. Waker of the Wilds, Living Twister, Mina Den. I think it was at like $2.50, and this reprinting brought it down to $1.25. Oh yes, my favorite card from these new Precons. You got Omnath, Locust of Rage. This card was $13. Alright? But the reprinting of it brought it down to $7. This is a really good card. Really good reprinting, too. In fact, this is actually the only time it's been reprinted. The first time it was printed was in Battle for Zendikar. And now, 5 years later, it's getting its very first reprinting. Ooh, now you got... Oh, just one land. Yeah, you got Neospires. Okay, I guess. Ground Assault, Naya Charm, Circle Survive. Exile up to 2 artifacts and or enchantments. Does that mean you can exile 2 artifacts and 2 enchantments? I don't know. Well, leave in the comments if you know which one it is. Oh, sorry. I had something in my throat. Oh man, Treacherous Terrain. Nah, I'd say take this out. Yes, that's something I want to talk about. Arcane Signet. Like, they bring down the price of the Precons to half the price, and they're still including Arcane Signet. And, let me guess, Soul Ring? Soul Ring's somewhere here. Soul Ring, these 2. Like, you got Omnath, you got Admonition Angel, Arcane Signet, Soul Ring. Those 4 cards alone. Or, sorry, 5. Probably, however many I said, probably bring down, or are equal to the price of the entire Precon, so definitely worth it just for that, really. Got the lands. A pretty lackluster mana base, but that's with all Precons, so it's okay. You got bounce lands. Why would they put the uncommon symbol? Weird. Command Tower, classic. New art on Guildgate. Or maybe old. I don't know, it looks new to me. I've never seen it before. Jungle Shrine. Croson Verge Mirrored Landscape. I like these new arts. They look pretty nice. And it's the very first new art of each of these. Pretty good. Terramore Expanse. That's a good card to reprint. It doesn't get reprinted into a ton of products. Like, everyone has, like, tens of Evolving Wilds, but personally, this is only my third copy of Terramorphic Expanse, so pretty good. Rolling Your Growth. Oh, these are 2 cards from Zendikar Rising in the deck. And 2 good cards. I'm adding each of these to my Omnath deck. And then you got the basic lands. They got I'm pretty sure this is the art from the full art lands, but, they decided to make it not full art. But hey, how can I possibly complain? So that is the deck. Then you got the 10 double-sided tokens. Core Allies, Elementals. So that's pretty good. Step Rollings. You got the Beast tokens. Oh, those are awesome Elemental tokens. Awesome. And Bird. And then you got a little strategy insert to help you. It advertises for some formats and also tells you what you do on your turn. So, that's what you get in the Precons. Little book thingy, cool life wheel, an upgraded deck box. Keep that in mind. These 2, this is bad, this is good. Bad, good. This is actually pretty good. I might actually use it since I'm pretty low on 100 card deck boxes. A 100 card deck, I haven't playtested these, but I imagine they're pretty good right out of the box. And 10 double-sided tokens. Now we're gonna put those aside so we can open our next Precon. Sneak Attack, piloted by Anoan the Ruin Thief. Blue-black. Seize power once more. Choose your commander and overcome both friend and foe in this definitive multiplayer Magic format. Ally with Anoan and lead your army of rogues to take what is rightfully yours. The larger your collective, the more your influence grows. Comes with the same things. 100 card deck with 3 new cards, these being the 3 new cards. 10 double-sided tokens, deck box, and then the life wheel, strategy, insert, and reference card. So let's open the second one. A lot of it's, since we already saw, like it's pretty much exactly the same as this landfall one, so I'm not going to go as much in depth in this one. Oh man, I kind of have to break that. Jeez. Why is it so hard to open? Oh, that's why. Throw that aside. So, you got a Noan in his foil. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to say, there's only 1 foil now, instead of what there used to be, I think, 3 foils in each deck. There's the 100 card deck. Actually, let's see, is there anything in here? No, nothing in there. So, you got another one of these things. Talks about Noan, advertising for set boosters, tells you the same things as the other one. Again, you've got this new and improved deck box. Sneak Attack with a Noan. I'm actually a pretty big fan of these deck boxes so far. You got the life wheel. Goes up to 40. I'm definitely going to be using these life wheels. And then you got the 100 card deck. So let's see the cards inside. There we go. Alright, so you got, oh man, I always forget. A Noan the Ruin Thief, It's the deck's like a rogue tribal deck that really cares about getting in with unblockable rogues, and also takes advantage of the milling in several creative ways. Aetherize, which is, in my opinion, probably an underrated card. My friend literally beat me with this card. It was devastating. This could be a very powerful card deck. Fact or Fiction, classic. Again, you got these evasive rogues, unblockable or flying, unblockable. Ooh, a rogue that steals artifacts. I don't think anyone's gonna like this when you cast it. Nightfield Sprite, Slitherblade, pretty good. Yeah, you just got a bunch of these small unblockable rogues. There's another one, Changing Outcast. Yeah, you got some reanimation effects like Blind Obedience. You mill your opponent, they get a creature into the graveyard, you draw a card from a no-one, then you revive it from their graveyard for 6 mana, which is a bit much, but you know, it's got that Convoke. The only what I like to call rogue coupon in the deck, it's pretty good though, because it itself is also an unblockable rogue, or not really unblockable, but hasty rogue. Marsh Flitter, Murder, Una's Blackguard. I think this is a new card from Jumpstart. So that's pretty cool. We got Rise from the Grave, also another card similar to Blind Obedience. Prowl. Yeah, Prowl is going to be a good mechanic for this deck, because this deck can easily take advantage of this, because it's very easy to deal damage with the rogue. That's the whole point of this deck, so this is essentially just a 2-mana rogue. Sir Conrad and Zulaport. Yeah, these cards. Zulaport, I don't get what it's doing in the deck, but Sir Conrad's pretty good in the deck. Extract from Darkness. Soul Manipulation. Again, you got... Oh, there's no Soul Ring this time. But you got the Arcane Signet and Commander Sphere, because there's a lack of ramp with this deck. Then you've got Enigma Thief. Yes, the 2 new cards. Enigma Thief and Whisper Steel Dagger. Enigma Thief's nice because it's essentially 4 mana, because you'll always be able to deal that damage. And a 4 mana, 5/5 flying that bounces a creature from each of your opponents is really nice. But frankly, even at 7 mana, that's not a bad deal. And this, if you can equip it to an unblockable rogue, it could potentially be good. But, I don't know, 3 mana to cast, 3 mana to equip. I'm a bit skeptical at this one. Notorious Throng. Very, very good. This could easily be just an extra turn spell. And gets you a bunch of fairies. Scourge of the Fleets. Oh, I forgot this was in the deck. Ooh, Stolen Identity. That could be a good card deck. Faded Return. Instant Speed Revival. Gaunty in Garrick's Wake. Very good. 2 board wipes. Very good board wipes. The more on the expensive side, 9 and 7 mana. But the payoff's good. This allows you to reanimate any of your opponent's creatures. This one doesn't even touch your own, so... Pretty good cards. Night Howler is just eh. It's just eh, you know, eh. Ogre Slumlord, pretty good. Sepulchral Primordial. I like this card a lot, and it could be powerful in this deck. New art for Consuming Aberration. I have some personal good memories of this from the Dimir Guild kit, and I think it's a good card. I don't know how good it is in the deck. I don't know. It could be good, but I don't know for sure. Lazav could be very, very good. Like all the other cards in this deck reanimate them, this one can just straight up become them. With Hexproof, and for 0 mana. Notion Thief, oh my god. This card will probably lose your friends, so you might want to take it out. No, just kidding, keep it in. Who needs friends anyway? Una, Queen of the Fae. She's pretty nice. She sticks with the mill theme, even though it exiles, but makes you a ton of rogues, which are evasive rogues. Silumgar's Command. It's very, very versatile. Spinal Embrace. Yeah, I forgot to mention, actually, both Sig and, oh, where is she? Una. Sig and Una? I actually didn't know this before, but these are actually very, very expensive cards. Sig was like $13, so these reprintings, similar to Admonition Angel and Omnath, very, very good. The kind of reprints that you wouldn't really expect here. Black Baber Forge. Equip Una? Who wants to do that? Yeah, just... Ooh, this one could be good. You got some equipment, some mana ramp. Demir Signet is a solid like $2 card, so... Pretty happy to see it here. Oh, man. I think I'm coughing because of how much I'm talking, jeez. This video has been going on for quite a while now. Mind Stone, Soul Ring, good card. Yeah, the mana base for this deck, though, it's pretty much just any and all blue-black lands. So you got Command Tower, Dimir Aqueduct, Dimir Guildgate, Dismal Backwater, Draw Out, Refuge, Myriad Landscape, the new art again, Rogue's Passage. I mean, all the cards in here are unblockable already, but, you know, Submerged Boneyard. Oh yeah, these are the Zendikar Rising cards. I forgot to mention these in my video too. Yeah, they're just all unblockable rogues. I think they're just, you know, pretty good in a deck. And you got all these lands. There's a ton of basics in each of these decks. That's the deck. Now you got, now you got the tokens. Thopters, Goblin, oh wow, Goblin Rogues. I don't know. I forget which cards in the deck make them, but just so happen to be rogues. So, you know. Rats from the Slumlord. Germ from the Living Weapons. Ooh, the Fairy Rogues. I don't know if that's new art, but that does look like some sick art. Oh, just 10 Fairy Rogues. And you got the strategy insert, telling you what you do in your turn, and popular Magic formats. And yeah, that's just a second here. So, that's the Land's Wrath and Rogue's deck. So, I'm actually pretty impressed. The decks are definitely good. I've heard, though, from other people that they're not meant to be battled against each other, so they're not like, you know, dual decks or they're balanced. The life wheels are nice inclusions, and the upgrade with the deck boxes is definitely good. I'm a big fan of this new upgrade, because we've had these deck boxes for quite a while now, and people have just hated them. So I'm very glad I upgraded them. These things, you know, they're just them. And, yeah, so, if you like this video, make sure to like it, comment, what do you think of these decks? Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? And, if you really like our videos, you can also consider subscribing. Thanks, and see you next time.